This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Previously on TV Tuners. The hedge trim killer has struck again.
$10 million in unmarked bills at my apartment tonight.
You're gonna have to take that car, and you're gonna have to go as fast as you possibly can to make it over the bridge.
All due for $9 million in unmarked bills.
My hang glider can glide anywhere.
Hey, Captain. Looking for a good time?
The crew is planning against me. And now TV Tuners continues.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatic. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson, and with me, as always, is my co-host and guy who is really happy to be in this open relationship, Snare Master.
You really put a button on me. Yeah.
Sure, that's the thing he said, I bet.
Yeah.
Why not?
I thought you were going to say, my wife.
And with us, as always, is our other co-host and doting housewife who has just found out her husband has cheated on her, Kioran.
Hello.
How are you doing over there in the 60s?
In Cucktown.
These are some pretty great years we've got here.
Yeah, it sure is great seeing you be sort of a old, antiquated model of femininity.
It's great. Nothing wrong here. Everything's great.
Yeah, it seems like
Except
it.
for your spouse.
Are you crying?
No.
Oh, it looks like your face is sort of morphing into...
Yeah. It looks like your makeup is running.
Yeah.
Look, can we stop talking about my personal appearance? That's a little rude.
You're right.
Yeah, you two are going to die soon.
What?
Huh?
Why
I
would
mean,
say
you guys
that
are
to
going
us?
to... I'm going to cook you a really good dinner because I'm a housewife and you're going to enjoy it so much you'll die.
Oh. Well, that's perfectly normal. Anyway, welcome to TV Tuners, where we talk about the latest and greatest in television. Right off the bat, I have some troubling news to announce. Last week's episode of the show, our big 50th episode, we had a huge get on the show, the mayor of TV Land, the place, not the network, Sroll.
Uh-huh.
He, of course, vowed to be on every episode subsequently, but that is not looking like it's going to happen in the future. He resigned as of yesterday in disgrace.
Yeah.
It's just some really devastating news. Just the way it went down was just brutal, man.
Yeah, it was some of the most, like, you think you know someone.
And then you find a copy of 300 on DVD in their house.
It's just so many questions that we'll never get answers to. He's left the state, country, world, potentially.
He went decades railing against film, and we find this out. It's just...
And of all the films, I mean, 300?
Yeah, you'll probably get the death sentence for sure.
Yeah. At least it wasn't Sucker Punch, I guess.
Oh, that would have made me cry.
But yeah, so obviously in this trying time, all of us, especially those in TV land, are wondering how we'll cope, you know? But,
I'm running for mayor of TV Land.
What?
What?
Yeah.
You're gonna put your hat in the race?
Absolutely. I can definitely take his place. Look, who's more qualified than the co-host of a television podcast?
How about a slightly taller co-host of a television podcast?
Huh?
Who would that be?
Me!
Oh, I thought that was someone else, but okay. What?
Yeah.
You're gonna run against me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just filled out an application on my phone a few seconds after you announced that.
Wow, the application process is really quick, huh?
I'm gonna crush you.
I'm a great typist. No, I'm gonna crush you. You're gonna eat sand.
I'm gonna grind you into dust.
I'm gonna beat up you in front of your dad.
Oh,
I'm gonna speed off in a motorcycle and splash you with a puddle.
Wow, he did it too.
Yeah. Before he said the thing he was gonna do.
That's how the true experts do it.
Wow, I'm humiliated.
Wow, this is very concerning for me, a person who doesn't have any particular allegiances, even though both of his co-hosts are running.
Yeah, I've got 10 points ahead of Stare at the Polls now.
That might just be because Stairmaster just signed in.
That might be 10 dork points.
Oh. Your rebuttal?
They're 10 cool points.
Oh.
Fuck.
Alright, you have 1 minute to respond, Stairmaster.
They're 10 gay points.
Oh.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
Oh, yeah. Good
Oh,
point.
no!
Stairmaster,
I'm using 19th century.
Stairmaster, back on you. Why do you think that's bad?
Because he's too busy having gay sex.
Ooh.
To politic.
Yeah, but gay sex is important, though.
Yeah, it seems like you're gonna be trailing behind on the polls after that one.
Look, I promise to the voters I will have as much gay sex as possible if you elect me.
Oh, dang! I think that might get you a surge.
Wait, you're gonna shirk your duties to have gay sex? That's
I
a
will
little
have gay sex
irresponsible.
right now if that's what the constituents want.
I don't know how that's TV related, really.
We got to get those gay points. There's a deficit going on, you know.
Speaking.
Well, only if it's filmed and put on TV.
You're right. Get those cameras rolling.
There, now we're talking. This is a guy ready to get nitty and gritty.
But you got to
My
angle
zipper
it so you
is
can't
stuck.
see any
Help.
of the action, or like do it under the covers or something. You know.
Yeah, you can't really. We don't want to like show it. That's a whole different type of land.
Let's have sex with our clothes on.
Good thinking. All right, so you guys watch anything interesting this week?
I rewatched The Last Crusade.
Oh, a television show?
No, yes, starring Indiana Jones and Sean Connery.
Ah, classic.
Yeah, it holds up.
Yeah, still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a show you said, huh?
Yes, it's got perfect comedic timing. You know. And the effects, they're great.
Is it the best Indiana Jones movie, or is it still
No,
Raiders?
It's still Raiders.
Okay.
Oh, it's a movie. Interesting.
Yeah, what TV show did you watch, Gilray?
Ooh, I watched a TV show. I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains.
Are you sure it's not pronounced Yu-Gi-Oh! V-Rains?
No, it's Vrains.
I think it's very important that the voters get a candidate who can properly pronounce the TV show's title correctly.
What's that show with the guy? His name's Goku.
Dragon Balls.
Oh,
With a Z at the end.
interesting.
Yeah, Dragon Balls.
Also known as Dragon Ball Zeto in Japan.
But no, it is pronounced Vrains, and if you argue with me on that, you're gonna die.
Well, how was that anime?
It's okay. I mean, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. It has its ups and downs.
You mean the life points go up and down?
Do they call it Yu-Gi-Oh, but Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't show up anymore?
Well, there was never a character called Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, there was a character called Yugi.
Yu-Gi-Oh means the king of games in Japanese.
Yeah, where'd the king of games go?
Yeah, he's gone. He's on
Back to
vacation.
Egypt. Is V-Rains the one that ends with him having a duel with Yugi? Or
It
is
hasn't
that Pharaoh?
ended yet. It's ongoing. And it's
guess-
pronounced Vrains, so stop calling it V-Rains.
Are they still on motorcycles?
No, they're on, like, hoverboards.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm
And they're in
completely baffled.
cyberspace.
Okay, so they got these cards. It's called Duel Monsters.
Uh-huh.
It was inspired by this ancient Egyptian ritual where they would summon real monsters to fight for supremacy.
Right.
Anyways, now they play the card game on hoverboards, and they got hologram projectors.
Why?
No, they're inside of like the Matrix now.
Oh!
Why?
That's fun.
A corporation thought it would be a good idea to make money.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Didn't that 4Kids only season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Do a Matrix thing?
Yeah, but it was a bit different. It was like they were doing an RPG game.
The rules have changed.
Yeah. Is
this more like Greed Island?
Yeah, it's a bit more like Green Island, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, to tag along with what I watched last week, Rocco's Modern Life movie, I watched the Invader Zim movie, Enter the Florpus. It was good.
Oh yeah, I actually did watch that.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was, I think, you didn't watch the Rocco one, right, Kieran? Because you don't remember that show. I think I liked it more than the Rocco one because it did feel like it had a bit more going on.
I have a confession to make. I've only seen a single episode of Invader Zim.
Which one?
The original.
I mean, which episode?
Oh, the first one.
Oh, wow.
I caught that on Nicktoons, or maybe I watched it on TV Links.
I'm really confused because that was sort of all over the place on Nickelodeon for a little bit.
I don't remember. I might have been on Cartoon Network exclusively during that period.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know why, but okay.
I remember, like, somehow when I was, like, really little, I only watched Cartoon Network, and I was kind of scared of Nickelodeon because it seemed like it was too old for me or something.
Oh, I would watch Rugrats, but they would air it, they would air the reruns very late in the day, so sometimes I'd miss it, and TV and Nick at Night would be on, and I'd be very disappointed.
Oh, I loved it all.
I was deeply intimidated by Hey Arnold.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I loved it all. Including Nick at Night.
I saw that there was an episode where Arnold and Helga pretended to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and they were going to, like, share gum. And I was like, oh no, this is too old for me. I must return to the safety of Cartoon Network.
Do you remember that episode where they got on the subway train and was headed to hell?
Yeah, that was cool. That episode slaps. Hey Arnold slaps. Yeah. Anyway, Invader Zim also slaps, and the movie was a good sort of revival of the show.
Wow.
You think they're going to make more?
Probably not. It ended on a way that makes me fine if they don't make more, but it did kind of also make me want more.
They'll do a spinoff on Invader Zim's son.
Why did they do this Netflix deal exactly? What?
They had already made the deal to do the shows for Nickelodeon, and then they switched presidents, and the new president was like, I don't really care about this. So he sold them to Netflix.
And now Netflix is richer than the 10 kings of Europe.
I mean, I'm sure they're happy about it. Apparently, the Invader Zim movie did really, really well for them. I don't know how it did in comparison to, like, the Rocco movie, but apparently Invader Zim has had a longer touchstone for whatever viewers Netflix gets.
Well, people have been wanting Zim to come back for a long time.
I guess that is also sort of true. Rocco didn't really get canceled. It just sort of ended. Invader Zim did, in fact, get canceled.
Yeah, we all want to see Invader Zim fuck up the Earth. And
he does in this movie.
Good.
Anyway, yeah, it's a good movie.
He smiles and laughs.
There's some very JoJo-inspired animation in the beginning and the end of the movie.
Would you say that Invader Zim is the anime of the year this year?
Based off of all of the anime I watched, yes.
Swanson didn't watch any anime this year because he only watches American-made products.
Japanese.
He's a patriot.
I can't be afraid of the Japanese. I can't be afraid of the Japanese Stairmaster. I watch Japanese pro wrestling.
Oh, that's anime.
It is. I mean, it's pretty much the closest you'll get to live-action anime. That's good. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's move on to the news, huh?
What's up?
You don't want to move on to the news?
Let's go on to the olds.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, you hear about this Cosby show?
Oh man,
Never. What's
that is
that?
a delightful family comedy
Oh well,
starring Bill Cosby.
Yes, hit stand-up comedian Bill Cosby plays the patriarch of a middle-class family trying to make their way in New York.
Wow, that sounds like it will never succeed.
But get this, he gives his son's lesson with his coy, sarcastic wit and no-nonsense attitude.
But only his son?
Oh, also Rudy.
Yeah,
he never gives the other kids lessons.
No,
Vanessa and Elon.
Elon
But this is
Musk.
important though. There's
Ian?
Rudy, who is a cute little girl, Swanson.
Oh yeah, that's important.
And then when she gets too old, they replace her.
With
Well,
Raven from That's So Raven.
No! What?
Yes, that's a true thing, Stairmaster.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Anyway, speaking of things that are at once both charming and sinister, Disney. Disney recently held their D23 Expo, in which they announced a bunch of Disney-related things for Disney fans to enjoy while at Disney parks.
For the
Or
23rd
on their-
anniversary of Disney.
Maybe? I'm pretty sure it's just... Probably not. I'm pretty sure it's
Walt
just the name
Disney
of the
founded the
expo.
company 23 years ago.
Yeah, R.I.P. to a true legend. Yeah, the first Disney movie was actually Aladdin, fun fact.
I can't believe I'm older than Steamboat Willie.
Of course, this included a lot of announcements for Disney Plus, the upcoming streaming service that, much like Galactus, will devour all on its path. Also a property owned by Disney currently. Disney Plus is set to launch on November 12th. And
I have an announcement to make.
Yeah?
Disney bought me.
No!
They bought you?
Yeah.
But wait,
Oh,
that means
dang.
we can't do the podcast anymore.
Yeah, they won't like our R-rated sense of humor.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. There's going to be a new replacement coming in.
Oh, I'm sure it's just as good as the old thing.
Son of a bitch!
Okay, so here's what they're going to do. They're going to remake me in hyper-realistic CG.
Ah, piss!
And?
That's it.
Oh.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
more like your problem and not really ours.
Aren't they going to replace all the constituent matter in your body? With
I'm not
pixels
really
and polygons?
I'm not really sure what the process was here. They just told me to sign the contract, and they had a lot of money.
Or did they give you the money?
No, but they had it.
Also,
Well-
why were they interested in you and
Oh.
not I or Stairmaster?
What actually happened was they sent you the same letter, but I tore yours up because I wanted to be the only one to get all the money.
Wait, so they gave you money?
But you're getting
No,
the same
but-
amount of money that we would have gotten.
No,
You
they
don't
didn't
get
give me the money.
more
But they,
money.
I assumed there was going to be money for me involved. I didn't get it yet. I'm sure I'm going to get it soon.
Okay, here's what we gotta do. We gotta kill Keo, and one of us has to put on blackface.
Why would that matter?
So we can trick Disney into thinking that whoever
You think
it
you can
is
trick
is Keo.
Disney?
Keo already showed his hand. We can just go to Disney and be like, yeah, we heard about your offer. We'd like to accept.
Oh, I guess that would make sense. But also, I
Well,
do have
don't
a
you
lot of
wanna-
surplus blackface paint that I need to get rid of, and fast.
Don't you want to see how this process goes before you sign up for it?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear about this money.
Well, the guy with the paper had a big sack of money next to him. That's all I really know.
Oh. Well, all right, that's less boring. Let's talk about this Disney Plus, which has announced its new lineup of shows.
Okay, well, while you guys talk about that, I'm going to go into the conversion chamber for a few minutes.
Okay.
All right,
So-
hit me up with this lineup.
Of course, it features The Mandalorian, the first live-action Star Wars series, one that we'll talk about in a little bit.
Wow, they've been talking about Star Wars TV show for a decade.
Yeah, at least. And now it'll finally happen with a big budget and everything. Probably. Next is a live-action version of The Lady and the Tramp.
Wow,
Unnecessary!
are they gonna have people play the dogs?
No, but I assume people will be playing the people characters, like that guy who gives them the spaghetti.
Oh, I thought they would be played by dogs.
That would be better, I think. I think I would like that more. The truly baffling High School Musical, the series.
Wait. Why is there a musical twice? Do you know?
Yes. High School Musical, the series is
no.
following a group of students who attempt to produce a musical for a school project.
Oh, but okay, so is this like Digimon Season 3, where like the previous seasons were fictitious work, but now the people in the so-called real world have to deal with the same element? In this case, musicals?
Maybe. I think what it is it's just a group of students who need to produce a musical. We get The World According to Jeff Goldblum, in which Jeff Goldblum talks about the histories and sciences of every day. So
Did you know we live in a society?
Oh, I don't know if I want to watch that show. It's more that he talks about like ice cream and sneakers.
Well, just imagine Jeff Goldblum shows up and he asks if you live in a society, and that's it. It just cut to black.
That's the trailer.
No, that's the show.
Oh,
ice cream comes in many forms. Personally, I prefer vanilla sundae with sprinkles and syrup.
Yeah, this does sound...
Also,
the sprinkles,
nice to meet you guys.
A delicious amount of texture. Who was this computer vision man before me?
Well, that's our friend Kyoran. He's been turned into
I'm sorry, I got too into the character.
He's been turned into sort of an animated...
He looks like he's from Tron.
Yeah, I don't like it. Good thing I didn't take the money that I'm sure you're getting at some point.
Well, I don't look good? They said it was going to be photorealistic.
Yeah, you don't have like any facial expressions.
Look, I can look angry, look.
Also, you don't actually have like limbs connecting your hands and feet to your torso.
They told me this was going to be high budget.
Maybe they're like, this is like the skeleton and they'll build onto it more later.
Why would they not have it all done right now?
Well, it takes a lot of time to animate
I don't
stuff.
work it, yeah.
Well, I look okay, right?
I mean, you don't look terrible, which is to say you don't look great
you look
either.
Beautiful. Beauty is a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
This isn't very reassuring.
A rose may be a symbol of romance to one, but a vicious, thorny nuisance to another.
Yeah, see, Jeff Goldblum's got the right idea.
I don't know. It seems like you're trying to metaphor your way out of telling me I look horrible.
Well, I did just tell you looked not good, not terrible, but not good either. So,
I mean, don't we all have a little bit of ugliness in our souls to begin with?
And
yeah, you're right.
And on our faces, in your case, Uggo. Anyway, and of course, there's Noelle, a completely original film that stars people like Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader, and a story about Santa Claus's daughter who must take over the esteemed family business.
That doesn't sound original. Is that a sequel to the Santa Claus?
The completely original was a joke.
That sounds more like you were just lying to me.
I thought my tone was pretty clear. Anyway, yeah, it does sound like a sequel to the Santa Claus, but Tim Allen is nowhere to be found, so...
He's back in prison, allegedly.
Wouldn't he have just ratted someone out to not go back in the prison?
Well, how do you think the Epstein stuff got started again?
Ooh.
Al, she's 14. I can't let you do that.
I don't think so, Tim.
Why did I think his name was Al? Fuck. I'm so bad at this.
That is the guy's name, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but I was referring to Tim Allen's character.
What?
Al.
He called himself Al and not Tim?
I'm sorry.
He's going by part of his surname, obviously.
I have to apologize to all my supporters for mischaracterizing the character Tim Tooltime Taylor.
His name was Al. His name was Al Timmons.
Well, I would have justified it. I would have been in the right then.
Yeah.
In this alternate reality, yes, you would have.
Yeah. Where his name is Al the Toolman Timmons.
There are so many paths history could have taken. Who was to say that that did not happen in the multiverse somewhere?
Who could forget the classic line from that multiverse show? I don't think so, Al.
Perhaps there was even a universe where I was in multiverse.
Has any, what would have been a good catchphrase for that version of the show is, he would look to the camera at the end of an episode and go, "That's Al, folks."
Oh, no, I don't. I think that would be very litigious.
Well, your version of the show seems like it would be canceled after one season anyway, so.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be for the best?
I guess we'll have to find out, perhaps during Christmas. Anyway, yeah, so that's the lineup for Disney Plus. It sounds kind of one big show and then a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah, but since they own so many corporations, they got a bunch of previous material to work with, right? Like National Geographic.
Yes. And other things, I guess.
Disney.
Yes, Disney is also going to be on Disney Plus. Anyway, yeah, they've got, tons of stuff. All the Star Wars movies are going to be on there at launch. Only a selection of the Marvel films will be there, so. No word yet on if Bang Bus will be included.
I saw that too.
No, they're not going to get Bang Bus. They're just going to get Bang Bros.
Oh, damn. No one really is going to subscribe for Bang Bros. We all subscribe for Bang Bus.
Hello, I am proud on behalf of the Disney Corporation to announce a partnership with Reality Kings.
Oh, man.
I hope you all enjoy it.
Anyway, it's also been stated in other parts of the D23 Expo that R-rated content isn't going to be on Disney Plus, so...
Oh. Well, fuck then.
Yeah, Bang Bus is going to Hulu if it's going anywhere Disney-related.
Well, that's not R-rated. That's, beyond R-rated.
And this is to go even further beyond.
Yeah, that's on Disney X.
It's on the Miramax streaming service.
Yeah. Anyway, continuing our talks on the Disney Plus epidemic.
Sensation!
Sure, that's one way of putting it. A little over 2 months before their streaming service's debut, they've already canceled their program.
How?
Wow.
You may ask yourself, how, like Kyoran just did. And the answer is that they didn't like it. The show that got the axe was a villain-focused series called The Book of Enchantment.
Another fantasy show.
No, it's a thing that dips into the backstories of Disney's iconic bad guys like the Queen, Ursula,
yes.
Maleficent, and more.
Who are all like fantastical characters.
Okay, sure, but what you've said sounded like Game of Thrones, but with bad guys.
I mean, that is Game of Thrones.
And this isn't like this is in development and it no longer is. Book of Enchantment had a writer's room that was already set and working on scripts for the past 2 months.
Oh.
So, yeah. Apparently, the reason that the whole thing got scrapped was that the scripts were coming in a little bit darker than executives were expecting.
Oh, so it's like a Rogue One situation.
I guess, yeah.
They wanted this show about villains just to be really fun and happy.
Yeah, they're not featuring any, murders or Faustian bargains.
Moral ambiguity.
Yeah. Yeah, who would figure that a show featuring a bunch of characters adapted from fairy tales would feature some fucked up shit?
You gotta smooth down those edges, friends.
Instead, they decided to, instead of just dumping one of the showrunners like it did with that previously mentioned High School Musical TV continuation, they decided to just dump the entire show instead.
I'm still not sure how that's a continuation.
I don't know. It's a continuation in the way that anything is a continuation.
Is it even the same high school?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched any of those movies.
It's High School Musical, the musical, so shouldn't it be a musical based off a High School Musical?
Like they're basing it off of the antics of these random seniors from like a decade ago?
Yeah. They made a musical. They overcame the odds, didn't they?
High School Musical, I don't think, was an actual... They didn't make a musical in High School Musical, I don't think.
Oh, so they were just singing.
It was a musical set in high school, yeah. High School Musical, the musical, will be a musical.
Well, I thought High School Musical was just a movie about people who go to high school, and that's it. There's no music involved.
There is music involved, otherwise the musical part would not make sense.
Otherwise, it would just be called High School.
Yeah.
No, see, I thought they couldn't just call it High School because that would be too like generic, so they call it High School Musical.
You'd think, but
they sing.
There's pretty generic movie titles out there, like Gamer.
It's not generic.
It's just a word.
Yeah, or like Avengers. What does that mean?
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So stupid. Who would watch that? Anyway, yeah, the Book of Enchantment has been thoroughly canceled. And but don't worry, Disney retains the TV rights to the show so they can try again later if they feel like it.
In perpetuity.
Yeah, forever and ever because copyright doesn't exist.
Or it does too much.
Well, yeah, I guess, what's the word?
Intellectual property laws are bullshit.
Yes.
You know what I like saying?
Public domain was the word I was looking for.
I like saying two corporations fight over who owns the idea that neither of them came up with.
Oh, you mean a guy who could shoot webs from his hand?
Yeah.
No, Spider-Man was invented by Disney legend Jack Kirby, remember? Or Stan Lee. They were both did.
Jack Kirby did not invent Spider-Man. It was Steve Ditko.
Yeah, and he was created in a Disney laboratory.
Right. By Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Yeah.
And there was no purchase involved in owning Spider-Man at all. Or his film rights.
No, they just always sort of owned him, right? And Sony just sort of stole him somehow. In a way that they never explain.
Just like they stole the X-Men from Disney.
Well, Fox did that.
Close enough. They're all
and
the
now
same.
Fox is Disney.
Soon we'll be Disney.
Are we not already Disney?
Well, Kyo is Disney. We haven't signed any agreement yet.
Yeah, did I get taller?
Yeah, and you're also a baller.
Huh.
And you seem to be drawing our guest, Jeff Goldblum, towards you. I'm greatly concerned about this.
Well, I did wish for all these things, so that's good.
I guess that makes sense then. Anyway, let's move on to some more exciting news. Perhaps some extreme news. That's right. After over a year of wait, Vince McMahon's dream finally comes true. The XFL returns.
This Sunday.
In February. But this
February is the Sunday of the year.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it, and that it's shorter than all the other days of the year.
That doesn't make any sense. That's wrong.
Shut it, computer boy.
Yeah, what do you know? You're animated and not made of flesh.
Well, that means I have powers beyond human abilities.
Huh?
I appear to be getting closer. Could
like I can do this.
Oh no!
Oh, he's absorbing Jeff Goldblum.
I appear to be witnessing great becoming.
Wow.
Long live the new flesh. Wow!
Wow.
Oh God! You killed him.
I'm
That
really
man was a
powerful.
national treasure.
Who's gonna
he's my national
cameo
treasure.
pointlessly in a Jurassic Park film now?
I can take his image now. Look at this.
Oh, gross.
Oh, God!
You look less like Jeff Goldblum and more like Jeff Goldblum at the end of The Fly.
That bat.
It's really
Yeah.
bad, yes.
He
turns
became
into
a fly.
Anyway, the XFL is, of course, a football league for the extreme. You know, the people who don't like kneeling at the
Extreme.
flag.
Yes, the true patriots.
Yeah.
And the race car drivers.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt's involved. Anyway.
No penalty, items enabled football.
That's right. No,
Wait, so items are enabled?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, a little like roof comes down on the stadium that has a bunch of weapons that the players can grab.
Andrew Lucky picks up a barrel and rolls it at the other team and it explodes.
Yeah, Andrew Lucky.
What's his name? Jeff Lucky?
Andrew Luck.
Close enough.
Be
glad I knew his name.
Anyway, the 8 team names and logos have been revealed, including some odd...
We have a whiteboard.
Yes, including some odd descriptions of these teams. Let's start with the Dallas Renegades. Keo, if you want to look at these logos real quick and tell me what this Dallas Renegades logo looks like.
So it looks like a cowboy with a bandana over his mouth and evil red eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks like a renegade to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yes. Like a vigilante or an outlaw.
Well,
vigilante outlaw.
Let's see what they have to say about this guy. Deep in the heart of Texas. Beats a different kind of pulse. A spirit untamed. A swagger that can't be denied. Where big meets bold meets badass. This is outlaw country. Inside the lines. This is hell on wheels. Between hash marks. This is their home.
Logos for Overwatch characters.
You're right.
This is their home on the range. The Dallas Renegades. Raising hell. February 2020.
So does that imply that some of the other teams aren't badass?
Yeah, this is the badass team. If you like badasses and outlaws and some cowboy shit, yeah, you want the Dallas Renegades.
Mm.
This is football.
This is the team for football. Unlike these other football teams. Next we have I think weird... I was going to say the weirdest title, but I think another one has it beat. The Houston Roughnecks. Keo, do you want to give me a description of this pretty plain logo?
It's like an
like
electric tower or a phone tower.
Is it an electric tower? I thought it was like an oil tower.
Oh, maybe oil tower.
Like an oil rig.
Yeah, something like that. And it's Houston Roughnecks.
Sure is. All right, let's see what they say about the Houston Roughnecks.
Am I the only one who thinks that's basically says rednecks?
No, it says roughnecks.
I mean, roughnecks and rednecks are the same thing, aren't they? Is there a difference?
It seems pretty similar.
I think roughnecks are in the desert.
I guess that means something.
It's an actual term, though.
Also, it looks like the red star of communism. It's at the top of that logo.
Is roughneck a real term, though? I've never heard it before.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of quaint and old-timey.
Well, let's see what they say about it. Resolute. Rippling with heat.
Oh, my.
Railing against fatigue. This is getting hot. Unceasing and often unseen, they labor deep in the trenches.
This is definitely sexual.
The football trenches.
Mercenaries in the muck. Brawlers in blackened dirt. Not just for 3 hours. Not just when the lights are bright. These are the scratching, grinding, never-bending few.
You're kidding me.
The Houston Roughnecks. Going to work for you. February 2020.
You wrote this once.
Is this team gonna fuck me?
Wait, for me? Not the people of Houston?
They're going to work for you.
For me.
This team's gonna fuck me.
That's the only way to interpret that long.
If you want a football team that is going to sex you right.
Yes, they will top you with prejudice.
They should have been called the Houston Raw Dogs. Damn.
But I want to know
super gonna go to town on you. Like, that is intense.
This is a team that is definitely not badass, since they did not mention that at all.
No, this team is all ass. All right. Next up,
more like all shaft, since that's what you'll be getting from them.
Yeah, sounds like it. Next up is the Los Angeles Wildcats.
Oh, I thought that's Iowa.
No, it's L.A. It says L.A. right on the logo.
I thought it was IA.
Oh.
Yeah, this logo has no cat involvement at all. I can't see a single
It's just
cat
LA.
here. Yeah, it's just stylized
that A
LA.
looks kind of like an elephant. If you squint.
The wild elephants. Anyway, yeah, this is the most generic of the logos, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the
It was
most
crunch
generic.
time. They were trying, the assignment was due.
And they were like, LA.
Yeah.
I guess they're in LA, so LA should work, right?
That's the city they live in.
All right, let's see what they have to say about the Los Angeles Wildcats. In the land of bright lights, far from the flash and fame. That's not LA.
Wait, but the land of bright lights, but you're far from the flash and flame? That seems contradictory.
They've already begun to prowl. Enter their den and be dominated.
Oh,
Wait
God.
a minute.
Oh my god.
Run away and be ripped apart.
Man.
Wait, so either you get dominated or you get ripped apart? There's no choice in the matter? Sounds bad.
Or you could take into St. James Island. Little St. James.
This is prime time meets primal instinct. This is showtime with a snarl.
What?
This is our time to roar.
What does that have to do with football?
The LA Wildcats, Unleashed, February 2020.
I can understand sexual football stuff, but this is just sexual.
This one just sounds like a team for if you're in LA and you want to watch bad football.
That sounds like a male prostitution service if you want to know what it feels like to be spit roasted.
Yeah, I guess. Next up, we have the New York Guardians. What's the logo for this one, Keo?
It's a lion.
It's a sphinx, I think.
I guess a sphinx would make more sense as a guardian than a lion.
Yeah, lions are not very protective of human beings.
Yeah, but you cannot see. I mean, I guess the
Looks
man
like a
looks a
sphinx head.
little Egyptian-ish.
It's got it sort of looks like it's got dreads with the lines in the back of its head.
I think the description will help make more sense of this logo. So let's hear the description for the New York Guardians. Sentries, carved of stone, watchdogs over the metropolis.
Batman?
A prehistoric predator, a beast evolves, turned loose in a new kind of jungle.
The xenomorph?
All teeth and talons, eyes unblinking. They know fear because they feed off it. They are your first line of defense, and there is no need for a second. The New York Guardians. On duty, February 2020.
It sounds like a movie trailer, like Don Fontaine would be narrating it.
If you want all action, you're gonna root for the New York Guardians.
Yeah!
This sounds like a reboot of the Gargoyles TV show or something.
Oh, yeah. If you like the Gargoyles TV show, you're gonna want to root for the New York Guardians.
Oh, dear.
Believe it or not, we still have 4 teams left.
Oh, I want to talk about this next name. Well, I just want to say I love it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Roughnecks was the most ridiculous, but this is the most ridiculous, I think. Keo, can you give us the logo description for the St. Louis Battlehawks?
So it's a sword with, get this, wings.
Like in Mario when the power-ups would fly away from you.
Yeah.
Like the coin blocks.
I also think this is my favorite logo.
What? Yeah?
I think it's my favorite logo. It's just a sword with wings. Who doesn't want to fucking root for a team that has a sword with wings?
Oh, you're right.
Anyway, let's see what they have to say about the St. Louis Battlehawks.
I really want to know. What is a Battlehawk?
Maybe they'll tell us. Winged warriors, preparing for flight. Preparing to fight. They await their orders, then attack as one. Diving, dodging, swooping, striking. Their mission, create chaos.
Alright.
Their mandate, win at all cost. The St. Louis Battlehawks.
This is football.
Cleared to engage, February 2020.
But
okay, that makes it sound like planes.
But why don't they just call themselves the Valkyries then?
Too wordy.
That would be women.
Yeah, too wordy.
This is for men.
This is men stuff. Battlehawks,
Valkyrie,
baby.
it's the same amount of syllables.
Wait, is a Battlehawk a type of plane?
No.
It sounds like they're doing fighter jets, so... Clear to engage is like a fighter jet thing, isn't it?
Yes, that's like the thing you'd hear.
I've watched Top Gun, I know. Anyway, I guess if you're into Top Gun and other fighter jets shit, you're gonna love this.
But if you're into being topped, this is not the team for you.
No, the Roughnecks are your kind of team.
You're just looking
Or
for
the
some sex,
Wildcats
just go to
if
the
you want someone to
Roughnecks.
spit in your neck
Yeah.
and your mouth, not your neck.
Uh,
Well, they might spit in your neck after murdering you. I'm not sure.
Look, something's gonna go down if you go with the Wildcats.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you
can't-
that much.
next up is
It's not gonna be boring.
Next up is the Seattle Dragons.
This looks like Trogdor.
What's this? What's this logo, Kia?
It's a dragon.
I thought he had a mullet for a second, but that's like
Just
little fins, like
Yeah,
a
it's just his
Gila,
fins.
something.
like a gala monster.
Yeah.
The dragon looks kind of happy, not really very menacing. It's
It looks
breathing
kind of
fire.
smug,
Yeah, this looks like a dragon that's ready to just like hang out with you, not to attack you.
except for the breathing fire part.
Yeah.
That is kind of threatening.
Anyway, if you thought the last one was a little disappointing in terms of description, I think this one's going to make up for it. Let's hear the description of the Seattle Dragons. Rising from the turbulent sea, beneath the darkening skies of their weather-hardened home. Relentless, ruthless, ravenous.
What?
Not of mythology, but of muscle and might. Not of folklore, but of football. This is your
Wow, they actually mentioned football once.
This is your darkest fantasy.
What?
Hold on. This is your darkest fantasy.
Just wants to stop.
In
No,
cleats.
keep going.
The Seattle.
What was that?
This is your darkest fantasy. In cleats.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, step on me, daddy.
The Seattle Dragons. Breathing Fire. February 2020. Man, fuck it. I think the Battlehawks just lost to the Seattle Dragons. My favorite team right there. Jeez.
It's imagining a really muscular dragon.
Yeah, this dragon's... It's Trogdor. This dragon's gonna kick your
Yeah,
ass.
it's just got the one single beefy arm.
Anyway, next up we have the Tampa Bay Vipers. Keo,
Yes,
do you want to
Florida,
describe
a
this?
state known for vipers.
Yes. Yeah, tons of vipers in Florida. What do you want to give a description of this logo, Keo?
I'm a little confused by it. It's like the letter V, basically, but the inside of it is yellowish. Is
Like
that
the
supposed
flag
to be
of Brazil.
teeth?
No, it's supposed to look like a snake's mouth, I think. Or
I
like
think
a
it's supposed to
snake.
look like the emblem on a snake's chest.
Sure.
You know how they have the pattern on their chest?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I don't think I've ever seen a pattern like that before.
Well,
on
how
a
many
snake.
snakes have you seen?
Like 20.
Oh.
Okay, but how many cobras have you seen?
Or
Since these are
vipers.
vipers.
4.
Oh. How many of them were Viper the Rapper?
1.
Oh, that's a lot. I'm kind of concerned for your safety now.
Yeah, it's a shame Viper doesn't live in Tampa Bay, otherwise they could get him to do their national anthem.
Maybe he'll get them to do their theme for the Houston Roughnecks.
Roughnecking. We fucking you.
That is exactly what he would say, Swanson. Good job.
Not a very convincing snake mouth. Looks more like a stapler. Or a
You're
staple
right, it
remover.
does.
Oh yeah, the Tampa Bay Staplers.
Oh, no. I get it. You're supposed to turn your head to the side. And then it looks like a
Oh,
mouth.
yeah, that kind of looks like it now.
You're going to have to link to this image in the show description, by the way. Just a reminder.
In the shadows, let's see what they say about the Tampa Bay Vipers. In the shadows they wait. Demons, born in darkness. Hunters by instinct. Cold-blooded by nature.
This team's going to be all black, by the way.
Their bite, unavoidable. Their grip, inescapable. They slither and stalk their competition, luring all who challenge them into the jaws of defeat. The Tampa Bay Vipers, ready to strike, February 2020. I mean, yeah, it sounds like a team that if you don't like any of the other teams, I guess this is the one you got to settle for.
Oh, these ones don't sound like they're going to fuck me. And they don't sound like they could beat up the dragon.
I mean, the
be
dragon,
honest.
yeah, the dragon sounds like it's going to kick everyone else's fucking ass.
Also, the
So
fighter
is-
jet guys have, like, missiles.
Is this going to be basically like wrestling where there's There's faces, heels, and jobbers.
I hope so.
I mean, we can only hope, right? Because this sounds like the Jobber team, doesn't it?
I think this might be all work.
Hold on, is this the Jobber team or the Wildcats the Jobber team? Because if anyone looks like the Jobber team from the logos, it's the Wildcats.
I think the Oh yeah, that is a shitty logo, but I think the Wildcats could be like a Mankind, or a Wyatt family type.
Underdogs, yeah? Or just like sadistic.
Yeah, sadistic, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have one last team here, and it's the Washington, D.C. team.
Oh yeah, this one looks like it's going to get some litigation.
Yeah, it's the D.C. Defenders. Keo, do you want to give us this soon-to-be litigated team?
This is like the DC Comics logo.
Yes, it looks like they use the same font.
Yeah, it's like it's just like they changed it to the Russian flag for some reason, to the Russian colors.
They got like 2 thunderbolts, and that's kind of a Nazi thing.
Yeah, and 3 stars, and then they were like DC. Yeah, this is.
I really don't understand what they were getting at with this logo.
I guess because a shield is what people defend themselves with. But then they were like, we need something on the shield. Can't just be a shield.
This has a very distinct white supremacist look to it.
Oh yeah, it's DC.
Yeah. Let's see what they can tell us through the description of the DC Defenders. On the shoulders of giants, they stand tall.
Oh, you mean Superman?
Unconquerable, unyielding, marching ever forward, a force united. One quest, one purpose, one resolve.
That sounds like the Justice League.
Seeking glory through grit, victory through valor. The DC Defenders, taking their stand, February 2020. Taking their stand does sound very white supremacist, I'll be honest. Yeah, so I guess if...
Yeah, it is interesting they picked that for a majority black city as well.
Yeah, I guess if you're real into the alt-right, the DC Defenders might be your kind of team. Anyway, that's it for the XFL teams.
It is interesting to note that they don't talk about any of the players or anything.
That's because none of the players there's only been one player who's actually been announced as part of the team so far, so.
Are they getting any, NFL switchover?
I don't think. They're getting a lot of NFL people who couldn't make it in the NFL.
Ironically, they're going to hire Colin Kaepernick, I bet.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure he's persona non grata.
Yeah, but also he was very good, statistically speaking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if Kaepernick got hired by these people, they would just execute him, like the joke you made.
Yeah. The big rule in the XFL is no kneeling for the national anthem. No First Amendment. Anyway, yeah, I think of these teams, it's the Dragons, right? That's the best team.
I'm on board with the Roughnecks.
Oh, you like a rough style?
That highly sexually charged description just hooked me.
Let's just agree that the Wildcats are only barely better than the Defenders.
Yeah, only barely. And that the only reason the Defenders are anything better is because their logo isn't just half-assed LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, we can look forward to more of the disastrous news in the XFL and to come, I'm sure. February 2020.
Fount.
Yes, February 2020 is a long time.
I think it's going to be great.
I mean, what could go wrong, really? It's not like the last one was an embarrassment. That cost their investor millions of dollars. Anyway, let's move on to a segment that's near and dear to everyone's heart. It's Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Keo.
Bum 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 bum.
Ooh, we might be getting a copyright for that one. All right. Well, yeah, we've been talking a lot about Disney Plus this past episode, and why not continue it? They released a trailer for the big
popular Disney series, Star Wars.
For a Star Wars television show, something that's been rumored for ages, and it's finally coming.
Star Wars, created by Walt Disney.
That's right, another property everyone remembers from Walt Disney when he first drew Jar Jar Binks.
Walt Disney and Disney legend Irving Kershner.
Yes. The Mandalorian follows a Boba Fett-esque Mandalorian character who goes around doing bounty hunter shit.
Oh man, that kind of shot that's like it was a prestige drama.
Yeah, and like
white male anti-hero, but I don't think they're going to say a single F word in this.
Yeah, I don't think the guy's going to speak. I'm pretty sure at some point the Mandalorian is going to take off his helmet because the actor they hired to play him is like traditionally handsome, so.
Oh yeah, it's Pedro Pascal, right?
Is it?
Well, Pedro Pascal's in this.
I didn't think he was the Mandalorian.
I think he is.
Anyway, there's no way to tell for sure because the guy doesn't take his mask off or talk.
I think at least there will be a scene where he's like...
It is Pedro Pascal, so he's definitely going to have to take his mask off and talk, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Boba Fett is a Mandalorian.
Yes, he was a Mandalorian.
Yes, he was a man and a Mandalorian.
And this
I thought he was a human.
I mean, they can breed with other humans.
So they're human.
No, they're aliens.
Is that how aliens work, Swanson?
What?
I mean,
Doesn't
they're
make any
humans that
sense.
live on another planet, so I think that is kind of alienating.
Yeah, it's kind of a different thing to be like an alien and live
Yeah,
on a
they
planet.
got thousands of years of their own history. I don't think they like you, like, disappropriating, like, erasing that and filling it over with your own, Keo.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit,
I
Keo,
don't-
right?
Keo, have you ever read a Basilisk War Droid? I don't think so. So maybe
I'm
shut
pretty
up.
sure we define species by being able to produce fertile offspring, right? Either way, I'm not even human anymore. I'm a CG.
That's right.
thing.
And that's why you should vote for me.
Oh.
And this show sure looks like Star Wars.
Yep, there's Star Wars stuff going on. It's like a gritty Star Wars.
They have little stormtrooper helmets on pikes.
Yeah. Carl Weathers shows up. It's mainly, until the very end, just this show of, look at all these people who are going to be in here.
Our friend.
Carl Weathers
Giancarlo.
shows up. Gus shows
Gus.
up. Giancarlo
Yes.
Esposito. Not shown in the trailer is Nick Nolte, who was in this show.
Yeah, he's probably going to be like the mid-season. He's going to show up mid-season.
You call yourself a Mandalorian, ah?
I'm trying to bring the Republic here, and you just go killing people. God damn it!
Yeah. And of course,
Maybe he's like a Jedi.
fuck, Nick Nolte with a lightsaber? Count me in. This show takes place 5 years after the fall of the Empire, so I guess there could be a Jedi, but probably not.
Yeah. I mean, there
Fall
were
of the Empire. That sounds like an event that happened in Star Wars.
It sure did,
the
buddy.
Star Wars. During Star Wars, Return of the Jedi.
Alright, well, the thing this show seems to be missing is my favorite character.
Werner Herzog?
No.
Oh. I was going to say, because he shows up.
He's a quirky little alien man.
Oh,
Who talks
yeah. You mean R2-D2.
No, that's a robot.
No, he means the guy in Lando's co-pilot. The guy who sounds Asian.
Oh, yeah, he loves that guy. Yeah.
No, I like that alien who talks funny. He's like, Misa!
Oh, yeah, Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda!
Your Republican credits, not so good here.
Yeah. Great guy. No Yoda in this one. He's dead in the timeline.
What?
Yeah, he died.
In
He
Return
died
of the
in
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi.
What the hell?
Spoilers for a very old movie.
Yeah, he's almost 900 by the time that movie happens.
So what?
So he's dead.
Hashtag
He's
bring
not
back
really
Yoda.
dead. He's not really dead, Keo.
Yeah, he's-
Ruinous beings we are. More than this lump of flesh are we.
Yeah, he becomes part of the Force, which is sort of like the afterlife for people.
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, you see him as a ghost, smiling with Obi-Wan and
And
Darth
redacted.
So they're gonna bring him back.
redacted.
Yeah, so at the end of this trailer, Werner Herzog shows up to talk about bounty hunting, and it's a delight. He shows up and he's like, "To bounty hunt, is to be alone in the
How does it
galaxy,
feel
floating
to deal
like a cinder.
in the trading of lives?
You trade one life for another, but you are not aware that you will soon be trading your own.
I'm a little disappointed in Herzog for
Live
appearing
by
in
the
this show.
gun, die by the gun.
Yeah,
Shouldn't he be above something like Star Wars?
yeah. After
No,
appearing
this
in
is
stuff
flat.
like Parks and Recreation and Rick and Morty, I'm sure he's very above it.
Its plan is to get a starring role on this and make his way up so he can direct a Star Wars movie.
Oh man, could you imagine?
No, I can't.
Imagine a Star Wars movie called Star Wars: Desire of Man.
Oh no, yes.
Star Wars Episode 10: Desire of Man. My goal for this Star Wars movie is to make a Star Wars movie that no one will watch.
What? Yes, I wish to destroy Star Wars.
If you thought Rian Johnson killed Star Wars with The Last Jedi, wait till you see Werner Herzog's Star Wars
that's
movie.
That's gonna push it into eternity. We'll be talking about it for the ages to come now.
Instead, he'll have Kylo Ren saying, "You cannot destroy the past. You must destroy everything."
You're just like, forgotten to live in a world without fire, have they?
Anyway, The Mandalorian looks pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, it's dope. I can't wait to redacted it.
Yes.
I thought Boba Fett was like a fashion leader. Like his helmet was unique.
No, he sort of just follows the trend of his people.
That's really disappointing.
Well, he follows the trend of his dad. By the time of the Star Wars films, the Mandalorians don't have like an actual civilization. They're just a bunch of diaspora all over the galaxy.
Yeah. Also, Boba Fett, it's probably just more disappointing to know that Boba Fett's not really that cool.
Well, what is the coolest thing he does in the actual original trilogy? Besides stand that.
Nothing, right? I guess he,
Yes.
briefly...
He gets owned by a blind man.
He doesn't do anything cool in Return of the Jedi, does he?
He gets his jetpack stabbed by Han Solo by accident and flies into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah. His greatest bounty is collecting Han Solo, and that's something that's just sort of given to him.
Yeah, Vader does all the work.
So yeah, he's not really...
I think he's a great guy.
Yeah, Jango
And he's my
Fett gets
friend.
a fist fight Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 2.
Yeah, and I mean,
And
yeah,
gets him
sure,
for
he
close
dies, but...
Well, yeah, he died because Mace Windu decapitated him several days later.
Mace Windu, what a character.
What a guy!
Just Samuel L.
With a
Jackson
lightsaber?
with a lightsaber.
That is the greatest creative decision George Lucas ever made.
I love that they had to rewrite canon because he wanted a different lightsaber color.
Yeah, and they had to put back.
Wait. You need to break that down for me, please.
So,
Traditionally, Jedi have green or blue lightsabers.
yes, green are for, Jedi Masters, speak in colloquial terms, and blue is just sort of the apprentices.
Or really, it's just green or blue, depending on what they feel like.
Yeah. And red is for the Sith.
So, do they have different abilities?
Nope, they're just different colors.
Yeah. And then they have a purple one because when Samuel L.
Samuel L.
Jackson signed on, he said, "Yeah, I want a different color one."
And they put Bad Motherfucker on the hilt,
Yeah.
on the prop he uses.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a guy.
But there's a double-sided lightsaber, Kyo, if you're... Does that excite you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll watch The Phantom Menace sometime.
But
Oh, can I just watch that clip with the double?
Yeah.
And then stop?
yeah, probably.
Yeah, you can.
Anyway.
All right, we'll watch the Duel of the Fates, and we can talk about it next week.
Anyway, that's it for Trailer Blazers. Let's move on to our main event, shall we?
Shall we?
We probably should.
I'm ready.
All right, this week we watched Why Women Kill, a CBS All Access joint. It's
Why do women kill? That has been wonderful since the dawn of time.
Please stop.
I'm sorry, Kyo, but it is in my nature to be curious.
To ask why a woman kills is to ask why anybody kills.
Oh wow, Werner Herzog.
To kill.
What a get.
To kill is to feel.
And he's talking to them chest mouth on Keo. That sounds like Jeff Goldblum.
To kill is to feel, and to feel is to be human.
I'm gonna absorb Herzog now.
These are some bold propositions you're making.
To become one with the being known as Kyo Rain is to accept an eternity as a horrible being. But what is being a horrible being but in fact being one with humanity?
In this simulated world,
You're
I
right,
too shall
Herzog.
become a simulation.
Alright, so we watched Why Women Kill, a show produced by Mark Cherry, a producer,
A man
who made such shows as Desperate Housewives and Devious Maids. This show is another in a long trend of those shows, which is they feature women doing things.
Sex?
Well, either desperate or devious things. In this one, it seems they're doing murderous things.
Who's here had a mom who watched Desperate Housewives?
Yeah, my mom watched a couple seasons of that, I think.
Yep. Keo?
Nope.
Wow.
Wow, she wasn't
No one-
desperate.
No wonder Keo's such a pure being.
Yeah, his mom probably watched cool shit.
Yeah.
Like Alias.
My mom watched, I'm trying to think, Sex and the City.
I guess that's slightly better.
Yeah, well, there's no desperation.
Yeah, I mean, I guess not.
To
And
be horny
from what-
is to be
what I could-
desperate.
What I could gather, that show was about women who lived in the city and they talked about guys and having sex.
I mean, that is pretty much it. Yeah, you sort of hit the nail on the head.
They talked about dick.
Yeah. No, there was a character named Dick, Kieran.
Oh.
But also they talked about getting dick.
Dick piped her down. Or should I have said pipe?
Sure, whatever. Anyway, as for this show, already in the opening credits, I feel like I'm getting a bad signal.
We get
You
this
mean with
50s
the-
Archie's comic
Of
style.
murder?
Not really Archie.
The women basically killing over super petty reasons.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting maybe the wrong message across already.
I mean, yeah, I understand the pain if you see your man slurping and mouth stuff with another woman in the street, but you shouldn't run him over.
The last one is just like
Oh.
someone brought the wrong flowers or something, and she just hits him. Or no, she gives him an iron and she just kills him with it because
Yeah, just divorce him. Come on.
yeah.
You
No,
probably,
you see, that
you
this
can-
show has a very powerful feminist message.
you know what would be even worse than killing him is making him take the iron in the divorce.
Yeah, see? Get back at him. Yeah, I'm expecting. I hope the opening credits like change episode to episode. So like one time the guy will bring fish instead of chicken home, and he'll get like killed with a meat cleaver.
Oh, I was thinking like that. She opens up the gift and it's just a raw fish in it, and she beats him to death with it.
Oh man, that's good.
Maybe this like progresses into more hardcore murders. Like by the end of the season, it's just like straight up Saw shit.
I think I would watch the opening credits if that were the case.
Just
And
you
nothing
would watch
else.
the YouTube compilation.
Yes. So we get the opening after that. We get these talking head segments where these husbands are talking to someone.
Is this my
God?
beautiful wife? How did I get in this beautiful house?
Yes. They say same as it ever was. No, I don't know who they're talking to because this all takes place. The catch, if that is how you want to term it, of the show is that it takes place in 3 different timelines, but all on the same building.
It's like the interview in Werner Herzog's Decisive Darkness. They're talking to us, the viewer, directly, and no one at the same time.
I guess. So yeah, we first open on the 1960s. It's a happening time. America is great once again. This white couple's moving into a mansion in Pasadena.
Apparently, it's very cheap.
Apparently, because it's right next to just a normal-ass house.
It's right next to some Italians, that's why.
Yeah, we get some fun casual racism right off the bat.
Yeah, some Goodfellas sounding lady.
Yeah. He asks how the neighbors are when his wife meets them, and she just says, Italian. Oh, what a joke. Anyway,
was it Italians in the 60s, or was it the Poles?
It was the Italians.
I guess it was the Italians.
No Italiano.
What if that's just what the guy had said?
No. No Italiano.
No Italiano. No. And then it just moved again. Anyway, we cut to the 80s where a hip happening party is being set with Lucy Liu, who anytime she appears on screen, I'm surprised there's scenery around because of how much of it she is chewing.
I'm glad we finally got Lucy Liu on the show after the debacle that was My Life Is Murder.
That's Lucy Lawless?
Yes.
Oh, because you called her Lucy Liu.
Yes.
Yeah, now we finally get a show with Lucy Liu, and you haven't called her Lucy Lawless, so that's great.
Yeah, so I was also kind of like, wait, is this the same lady? Did she get really busted in her old age or something? What happened to her face?
In her old age of 2 weeks ago?
Well, yeah, it went from the 50s to the 80s.
Oh, you thought yeah. You thought that at some point the red-headed white woman had become an Asian woman.
I figured that wealth corrupted her somehow. Like it was plastic surgery that...
What happened to your brain?
Yeah, that someone in the 60s, or in the 60s until the 80s would think, you know what I need to be Asian.
Anyways, I realized it was sort of like a JoJo type situation.
I mean, I guess. It's a JoJo situation if instead of following different people from a bloodline, it followed a house.
And the first people had friends with Italians.
And it all happened in the same episode as well.
I think I'm with Kyo here. What's happened to your brain, Kyo, Stairmaster?
I'm sorry, the show, you guys. Thinking back just puts me back in this place where I was when I watched it.
Where were you? In the cell? In a padded cell?
Yeah.
So yeah, Lucy Liu is planning a party. Her husband is there, being a rich 80s guy.
Yeah, these people look like they're friends with Alan Dershowitz.
Probably are.
A certain other figure. A plane-owning figure.
They probably are. They're rich socialites in LA.
Yeah.
And then we cut to modern day where we
get Duke.
Well, they talk about a guy named Duke. His name is not Duke.
His name is Duke.
No, his name is not Duke. They talk about someone named Duke.
That would have been fun.
Anyway, yeah, so there's kind of a cool way where they show the different timelines by just sort of showing the mansion age and evolve over time.
Yeah.
Which is the only cool thing in the entire episode.
They just phoned it in for the rest, like, filmography-wise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Photography-wise, not filmography. Anyways, we get this misogynist construction worker.
Yeah, he's like, look, it's construction. I don't think you're going to understand, woman.
Or maybe he had legitimate things. Who knows?
Yeah. But this is a weird establishing scene because this seems to be the the way they seem to establish the relationship between Taylor and her husband.
Not Duke.
Carl.
I'm pretty sure
Eli.
You should be able to explain why you can't do something to a layman, though.
Yeah, it sounds like this guy's bad at his job. The way they seem to explain Taylor and Eli's relationship is that Eli is just like being emasculated by this strong woman. It feels like they go out of their way to make sure that this lady don't take no shit.
Yeah.
Also, bisexual is the same thing as polyamorous
or adulterous.
I mean.
It's not poly if it's an open marriage, I don't think.
It can be.
I thought that was exactly what it was.
It kinda is, but kinda... Well, I mean... It's a...
An open marriage is polyamorous, by default.
Yeah. But not like the hip new polycule sort of thing that all the teenagers love.
But it is kind of bullshit to
Because
immediately introduce
in
your
the talking head
bisexual
thing-
character as a polyamorous person.
Yeah.
The guy mentioned shortly after they met, she said she was bisexual, which we were supposed to convert to. She said she was polyamorous.
Oh, she's faithless.
Yeah, because they mention that they have an open marriage sort of just offhand as if it's already information that we know.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time in terms of the timelines before we get into the nitty-gritty of their stories.
I want to say something. It seems like the millennials live a lonely, alienated existence compared to the other two family couples.
Explain.
Like, they're just in their house all the time. Well, the 80s lady has a party. Beth Ann from the 50s can actually just has a neighbor she can talk to, and people are gossiping at the grocery store.
Well,
Like,
I mean, one of them
what's
has
a
a job that they have to
Yeah.
do like a lot of work for, being a lawyer, so...
I mean, I'm just saying, when has the grocery store been part of your social network? It's just a place where you get commodities now.
Well, when you
don't have these social structures like they did back in the 50s.
Are you saying we should go back there, Stairmaster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying we should go back to when we had housewives.
A little bit.
What if they're desperate?
Even better.
um,
Desperate for that dick.
oh. Is that what that meant?
Maybe they were desperate to get away from Dick.
Oh. What's Dick been up to? Dang. Anyway, in terms of the storylines in this show, of the three, the one in 2019 is probably the most interesting? I don't know. I guess it's the one that's played most like a weird romantic comedy.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already know what the deal with the first one is. Yeah, institutionalized misogyny is bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The other two are played sort of like Lifetime channel movies, and this one is played like a Hallmark rom-com.
Yeah, but it still got the production values.
Yeah. Yeah, this entire show screams Lifetime channel series.
I'm not sure why we're supposed to sympathize with the Lucy Liu's character.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. She's definitely the worst of all of the
Are
people.
we supposed to sympathize with her?
I certainly don't. So yeah, we get back to the 60s. They're having a lunch with their new Italian friends. At some point, the Italian wife, whose name escapes me.
Stella. Sheila.
Stella?
Stella! No, it's Sheila.
Sheila.
Yeah, she broaches this radical topic of actually talking to your wife.
Yes. And because it's the 60s, you
Mr.
can't
Madman
have a militant woman.
Mr. Madman is like, no.
No.
I met this guy named Don Draper. He told me how to live my life.
Why would anyone talk to their wives?
He has my favorite line in the show, which is when he looks to his wife and says, "Does my tapping offend you?" Which is what I say when I take my tap dancing classes.
Yeah.
And it turns out it does actually offend Kyorain very much.
Yeah, Swanson, if you tap in front of me again, there's
going
to be some problems.
Have you considered not doing it while Kyo's trying to sleep?
Well, I mean, I stopped after he complained the one time, but, that's the best time to practice.
Yeah, when the full moon's out.
Yes.
Swanson, you stopped 45 minutes after I complained.
Well, I had to finish the dance routine.
I said, Swanson, I need to be up in the morning. This is important. Please stop. Please, Swanson,
I've got
please.
an interview with Disney.
Yeah. Well, it turned out all right, I guess. You look like a blob.
Yeah, have I been getting bigger?
No, we've just been getting closer to you.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Come.
So why do you seem smaller?
Come join us. I think you will find it very accommodating in here.
Soon we will all become one with the blob. To be blob is to be life.
That's a little positive for Werner Herzog. I think he's being corrupted.
I don't know. That doesn't sound super positive to me.
Well, I can't wait to get paid for this. So, Stead, do you want to come over here and
maybe later.
Rest your head on my thigh?
Maybe a little even later.
So we cut back to the 80s. The lady gets sent a picture of her husband kissing a man. And because this is in the mid-80s, no one acknowledges that gay people exist because...
That means he has to be sentenced to death.
Yeah. Yeah, so, the lady confronts her husband, tells him to pack his shit. We also learned that she's been twice divorced. So it's looking for number 3.
Yeah, number 4.
No, twice divorced, not thrice.
Oh. Well, she's going to be thrice divorced, so she's looking for number 4.
She's looking for her third divorce.
She's got the third divorce. Yes. Now she's looking for the 4th.
She's looking for the 4th spouse.
Yeah, I guess.
Mathematics!
Anyway, these two seem to be pretty content with their poor communication skills with one another.
Anyway, yeah.
And then we cut back to the present day.
And we get this... Yeah, Carl is just being an absolute mouth breather. Wait, what's his name?
Carl is the 80s guy. Eli is this guy's name.
Eli is being just an absolute mouth breather, completely unaware of how good he has things when he yells at his wife for throwing coats on the chair.
He's not yelling at her. He's being quirky.
Well, he's giving her tood.
This is played as a rom. This is part of it being played as a rom-com where where he's being a quirky dickhead about it in a way that's like supposed to be charming.
It's endearing and cute, Stairmaster.
Was it? Were you endeared?
Yes.
Yeah.
I am endeared. Now come closer.
No thanks.
They mentioned something about their old pal Duke, which they say is a great name.
It's been a long time since Duke came on the podcast.
Who?
Duke. Oh, you never met him because he's only around when you're gone.
I do not think you should be talking about this right now, Overlord.
Oh, well...
No.
Well, you guys talk about Duke some more. I gotta go make a phone call real quick.
Huh?
Okay, so Duke's this Australian guy. He shows up and he likes to explain things in great detail.
I wish he was here to explain himself.
Oh, there guys.
Ah!
Hey. Sorry, I had a bit of a cold.
Ah!
Hi, I'm Duke. I sort of over-explain things. That's kind of my gig. And, that's what I do.
Wow.
Do you want to explain this show to us?
Do you want an autograph from Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great to get an autograph. Like, an autograph is sort of like a signed picture or an item of some sort that has value because it's been signed by a celebrity.
Hello, Duke. I'm right here. Just come closer and join us.
Well, I don't see a problem when coming closer, it's...
Oh, God! Got him! Oh, no!
Oh, hey, guys. What'd I miss? Whoa, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That's Duke.
I'm absorbing Duke.
Oh.
You just explained who he was. Don't make him do it again.
That's what that guy... Oh, man. Hi, I'm Duke. I sort of come in and I explain things. Get rid of him.
Well, he's going to be assimilated soon.
I was not informed about any assimilation process. This is very distressing to hear.
So yeah, we go back to the 60s, and we get a tragic...
We get a cardboard cutout that looks like Dr. Phil.
Yeah?
That's in the establishing shot.
Oh, in the supermarket?
Yes.
Yeah. This is a weird scene. Everybody finds out... It's weird. The wife and Lucy Liu finds out via like a picture that someone sent her. It's like a little mystery, sort of. And in the third story, there's no like finding out. It's just sort of a weird triangle that's forming. And in this one, it's like the most...
It's kind of Adam Sandler-ish.
Yeah, she's just shopping, and she overhears her loud Italian friend being like, and my husband saw him kissing another woman.
What a coincidence.
Yeah. And then she just sort of knocks over a bunch of cans and runs away.
He put it in her buttocks.
So then they meet each other again later where she like apologizes, and then we get tragic backstory conversation.
Dead kid alert, dead kid alert.
Yeah,
dead kid alert.
she mentions that they have a dead child, which has made their relationship hard. The end, I guess. That's the backstory we get for this two. And she doesn't really believe that her husband could cheat on her, but hey, guess what? Turns out he is.
Yeah, there's a little bit of denial there.
Yeah.
A little teeny tiny bit.
Heading into back to the 80s, after being essentially forced out of the closet by his wife, Carl attempts to commit suicide, and his wife and all of her and all of her understanding and goodness of her heart slaps him
and just yells at him.
Yeah,
and the thing is, she's not panicking at all.
Yeah, it's very...
I get not caring whether he lives or dies, because you hate him, but there's still consequences for you if he dies, and you should be concerned about him, right?
Yeah. He's sent to the hospital.
It's a bit comic bookish.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. She eats all of the scene that she's in, and to the point where I'm surprised there's other stuff going on around her, and it's not just her in front of a blank white screen.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is how people react to somebody dying next to them.
Yeah, it's just...
I mean, we are watching Jeff Goldblum die right now.
Well, yeah, but we have a TV show to discuss.
It hurts so much.
He's not dying, he's being assimilated.
I did not think pain like this was possible.
To reach this threshold of pain is to ascend into a higher being.
Shut up,
See?
Warner. You're not helping right now.
Soon, we will become
What do you think,
one.
dude?
Yeah, this is, pretty painful. Which is to say that it's excruciating.
Yeah, we fucking know.
Which is to say it hurts a lot.
Oh, God. Can you put, a blanket over them? Or something?
Why?
So we can't
Should
hear
I be
them?
ashamed?
So we don't have to talk to them anymore?
Yeah, I don't want to look at them or talk about them anymore.
Okay, fine.
Oh, cool. Now it's like the problem's been solved. And I don't have to think about it until, I don't know, probably the end of the episode.
And you don't either.
You might even put your guard down, too.
Yeah. So, I don't even know what's going on in this 80s story. There's a moment where Lucy Liu gets, drunk while her husband is being taken away, and,
Yeah, we get an intense MMA fight.
Yes. Yeah, she gets into a cat fight.
Yeah, she finds out that this lady sent her the photos. There's a subplot about how she found out she doesn't like her anymore.
Oh, right. Yes.
Wow, drama. Just what I tuned in for.
There's also a subplot about her hiring a butler who's the son of her friend, and the son wants to fuck her.
That guy has some problems. So he kisses her, and she's like, what are you, 17? He's like, I'll be 18 in 2 days. And
yeah, it's exactly like that.
And she's like, I can't. And he looks at her dead in the eyes and says, well, just so you know, there's at least one person who wants to fuck you.
Who's dying to fuck you.
It's the only F-bomb in the entire episode, I think, right?
Yeah.
And
the show isn't Why Women Fuck.
Well, also, he says it like a serial killer. Is this Ted Bundy?
Maybe.
So yeah, he leaves, possibly to murder her another day. Or maybe she kills him. Oh, it makes you think. Why women kill?
Because people are weird, that's why.
Anyway.
People are strange.
When you're a stranger. And back in 2019, it's even more of a rom-com because we get her lover, Jade, her mistress, comes to live with them after a bad situation with a stalker. Eli is immediately enamored with her.
Eli's like, swing.
Yeah, she's like, my favorite book is the book you happen to write. And he's like, what a coincidence. This isn't at all probably going to be a bad thing in the future. And she's like, isn't this fun? So then he talks with his funny black friend, another classic rom-com trope.
At brunch, like it's Friends.
Yeah, well, or like it's any rom-com. It's just there's a random character who doesn't have any purpose other than to just be a joke machine, who's just there to be like, let me tell you something, man. You got a girl who's ready to suck a dick? Yeah, you go ahead and let her.
The first step, take off your pants. Always works.
Yeah, and it's like, you're supposed to be like, this guy's hilarious.
Second step,
Wait,
put on
wait
a
a
condom.
second.
Always works.
This is not just a character. This is a kind of person who exists in real life.
What?
Don't you guys have someone like that in your lives?
Like a friend that I talk to who's just like really funny, but also weirdly sexual.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what Stairmaster is, yeah.
But I am not black. Yet.
True.
Well, when you get assimilated.
I don't know. I don't think I need to be assimilated. I mean, I do have this bucket of paint still.
Yeah, that's not being black. That's being in blackface.
Yeah, something much worse.
Highly offensive. So just come scoot your chair over next to me.
Maybe tomorrow.
We're not going to be recording tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, better to do it off podcast. Anyway, so we cut back to the 60s. She goes and befriends her husband.
Sheila.
What? No, she's already befriended.
Sorry.
She goes and befriends her husband's potential mistress, April, who works at a diner. And she keeps her identity a secret. And I'm sure that'll be...
And she smirks, and then she turns like red. And the camera pans out, and she's standing on the skyscraper, and across from her is her husband, who's shaded in blue.
Yeah. Anyway, she does this thing that I always hate in anything, any movie or TV show, where the person takes a pause before saying their name, like they're obviously lying, like a liar does. And
a false man.
And then says a fake-ass name, and everyone's just like, oh, that's your real name, clearly. Just once, I would love to see someone be like, yes, I'm David. And then someone would be like, you took way too long to think of that name. Your name's not David.
I'm going to perform a citizen's arrest now.
Yeah, you lied to me.
Yes, I am Senator
Bernie
Clevins.
Sanders.
And they'd be like, oh, Mr. Senator. We didn't realize it was you. So yeah, and then she goes home to her husband and threatens to murder him, sort of. And that's the end of that story.
And he sort of gets a hint, but not enough.
Yeah, not enough for it to change anything, I don't think.
The future refused to change.
We cut back to the 80s. I guess that actually, does anything go on after that guy says he's gonna fuck that lady?
No.
I think that's it for the 80s plotline. I don't remember much about this 80s story because it's the worst one of the three.
Did we talk about the pool scene where Jade strips down to a swimsuit in front of Eli?
Yeah, that's when she's talking about his book.
Yes. I feel like that's an important detail I want the public to know about.
I think it's going to be a thing where she's like, what's that movie?
His book?
No, what she said to him is going to be an important thing because I think it's going to be like a...
Wait, I thought he wrote a movie, not a book.
He wrote a screenplay.
Okay.
That got adapted into a movie.
Yeah, well, he got turned into a movie because that's how screenplays work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's her favorite movie or whatever, and she loves it. And yeah, I feel like this is going to be a thing later where like she somehow knows all of this info because she's gotten too close to both of them, and she's like some sort of murderer or something.
Oh, so she's the woman who kills.
Maybe. That'd be a nice twist.
So the rest of the show is just completely worthless.
Okay, so here's the question. Are these men talking about their wives from the afterlife? And that's why they're in that white void?
Well, it's hard to tell because at the end of the show, the ladies also talk to the Pete God or whoever, us, I guess, whoever it's supposed to be.
And it kind of implies that they all murdered their husbands.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that
So,
you're supposed to
is
think
every
they're all going to
character
murder their
dead, then?
husbands, and then they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
odds are
that's-
only one of them murders their husbands. And
I bet none of them.
definitely one of them. Probably, like, the 2019 one, because that's the one you least expect. Anyways,
yeah, we're all pissed that we didn't get to see a single murder this episode.
yeah, sure. I'm furious.
I'm seething.
Okay, how do you feel, Swanson?
I'm upset. Yeah, this wasn't a good show. I don't know. It was sort of all over the place.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I thought it might be fun to make fun of sort of like The Village, but I don't think it quite
I'm really-
gets there.
I'm really getting tired of these shows that think we don't have enough attention span to watch one story.
Oh, yeah, you don't like the shows that sort of just jump around between 3 different stories because they don't have enough juice to tell you one contained story for a whole season.
Did you notice they were going in sequential order, like chronological order, and looping back? But at some point they just broke that rule and went from the 50s to 2019.
Yes.
Yeah,
I noticed that when I looked at my notes because I didn't remember that until I looked at my notes.
Yeah, I don't really know what having these 3 separate time periods all in the same episode really add to the show.
Yeah, just watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure instead.
Yeah, a show that's apparently very much like this if you listen to Stairmaster's Dead Brain. He's like that meme, you know.
This is just, I'm dead ass, which means I'm real, or truth. That's what the kids tell me.
Well, you aren't going to be the truth after you get assimilated, buddy.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Yep, and guess what, Stair? I got you.
Oh.
I'm glad I brought my machete. Look!
Well, it sounds like this is sounds like this is a tune out since the other 2 are busy doing something.
Swanson, help me! I'm bleeding out.
So that's it for this week's episode of the show.
Ah!
That's a tune out for Women Who Kill, or Why Women Kill. It's a tune out for Why Women
Who Kill, Why Women Kill. Same thing.
Women Who Kill might be a better show. I don't know. Why Women Kill.
Today you're wasting our blood.
Get away from me!
If you have any quips,
you
comments,
freak.
questions, foresights, or otherwise, send them to us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, K.O. Rain?
It's tvtunerspodcast@stairmaster.net.
That's right. And as always, you can find the show on Twitter. It's on Twitter at tvtuners. And you can use the hashtag tvtuners, and we'll give a glance at what you're saying.
You can...
Yeah?
You can find me on Twitter at Stormancer. I'm blacking out.
And you can find me at Jesse Swanson.
You can find me at Twitter at Stormancer.
Whoa.
Huh? It's
We're
also
the
dark.
We're the same being, so just be quiet.
And as always, if you like the show, you can go ahead and subscribe. We're on all of the podcatchers of your choice. Apple, Google Play, Stitcher, even Spotify. Any place where you can find our podcast, we'll be there, waiting.
And I'm out of blood.
You're still alive. I got you a nice vein here.
And yeah,
Why have you brought me back?
Go ahead and leave a 5-star review. You can tell us all about how much you love when Stairmaster yells over what I'm trying to talk. All the great stuff. And as always, that's pretty much it. As always, we're part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network.
Big head.
Oh,
Big head.
Don't tell me you're gonna simulate them too.
Big head. Big head.
Big hasn't want to sign off on this Disney deal in the first place.
Oh, snap. I wish I would have saw some of that money then.
Well, I haven't gotten any money yet, so I'll let you know.
Well, you'll get the money when you become one with us.
Big Heads Media, of course, has home to tons of podcasts, like one you might hear right after we're done here.
Q. Activate the suck. Swanson must
All right,
not
here we
escape.
go.
Oh, what a weird name for something. Why would you call it that?
Swanson, you need to be running instead of talking about the name.
Well, I'm pissed that you couldn't just think of a better name that didn't sound like you were going to fucking commit a sexual act on me.
Come on, Keel, give him the suck.
Well, maybe it is sexual. Here we go. Gotcha.
I'm nutting.
Well, no! Our one weakness! Come!
Anyway, that's it for... Oof, man, I need a cigarette after that.
Oh, I cannot believe you defeated the monster in that manner. How vulgar. But in a way, poetic.
To create, to destroy life with one's own seed is truly the beginning of one's creation. Yeah, whatever, Werner. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, keep watching. Bye.
Farewell.
It's over.
I found him.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Hey guys, this is Venice, and I've got a message from a friend of mine about my favorite podcast.
It's your boy, Flavor Flav and Full Effect. Check this out, everybody. I want y'all to go check out TJ.
What's good, everybody? TJ Johnson here for Voice from the Underground. I am the most handsome.
Big Has.
And I'm smoking my cigar, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And Dutch.
You pick me up in an Uber and a PT Cruiser, I'm calling Lyft.
Cause they be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying?
And we're not even that good.
Right, we're terrible. Terrible. Tangents all over the place.
And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
Am I allowed to talk?
I think no, not right now.
Shut up, colonizer!
You know what I'm saying? He on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav. Yeah, boy.
Okay, what Flav was trying to say is, check out Voice from the Underground on your favorite podcast network.
Voice from the Underground.